So you got accepted to nursing school. All your hard work has paid off. What do you do now? I know your anxiety is telling you to go out there and buy a bunch of shit, but don't. Don't do it. Don't buy shit. So I remember when I got accepted to nursing school, I did a lot of videos on my journey up until nursing school. Going to anatomy and physiology, passing that, going to anatomy and physiology to the second part of that class and being pregnant and also due to give birth in the middle of that semester. I remember all of the anxiety I felt and knowing the possibility that I would not get accepted, but I still had faith that I was going to get accepted somewhere. Here in California, it's kind of hard to get accepted into a nursing program. Most of them are impacted. Most of them have a waiting list or some kind of formula that they use to accept students. And some of them have steered away from using your grades or your grade point average as a means or way to meet criteria for entry into the nursing program. So here in my area, they did it by lottery. So it didn't matter how much or how hard you worked in your prerequisites, you will get in if you get pulled in a lottery, which is weird, and I hate that. So I found a school that was about an hour away from me, and they still did it the old school way, by grades. And so I was a shoo-in, and I got in, met all the required criteria to get in, grades and all, and it's a blessing. It was a blessing. My first encounter with the nursing program, or even opening up that first approval email, going in, logging into my account and seeing that I was accepted or conditionally accepted. Conditionally meaning that you meet all of the requirements, the paperwork that they want you to have, all of the immunizations, etc., etc., proving you're a citizen, all of that. For entry into the nursing program, transcripts, everything must be received. So yeah, it was a whole hullabaloo. It was a whole ordeal, and I got in, got that approval for admission, or that, approval pending me meeting the criteria, and it was exciting. I couldn't wait until orientation because I wanted to find out more of what's going to be required of me. On top of that, I was at a horrible job and the people were playing too many mind games, so it felt good to leave that job and tell them I was leaving, because nobody ever leaves that type of job. But aside from that, you will go to orientation and they will tell you everything that you need to know. You're gonna have this urge to go out and buy a bunch of shit that you think you will need during your nursing program. But I can tell you, you probably won't need most of that shit. Not unless you know somebody from a prior cohort. They can tell you better than I can what is required for your particular program, but every program is different. I went out, I bought a bunch of binders and shit that I didn't even use in the nursing program. The number one thing you will definitely need is a stethoscope. Littmann is obviously the go-to for stethoscopes, and also a pen light. Oh shit. So for you, always celebrate your acceptance. You came a long way, and now you are in the big leagues, supposedly. Well, you're not in the big leagues until you get your license and become an official nurse and are on your own, but this is semi the big leagues because it's something that you've been working towards and you finally got accepted. So celebrate that win, because for the next few years your life will get a little harder. Take the time to care for yourself, do what you want, travel before you go into the nursing program. Have your freedom and enjoy it before you go into the nursing program. So make sure that you express gratitude to anyone that has helped you up to this point to get into the nursing program, and just spend quality time with them, because for the next 2 years you will be busy. You can prepare yourself for the nursing orientation. What kinds of things will they go over in the nursing orientation? Some rules, some regulations, some guidelines to follow, of course. They're going to give you a materials list and let you know what it is that you will need in the nursing program. So like I mentioned before, a stethoscope is going to be essential. A pen light's going to be essential so you can do your nursing assessment. There might be a few other items that your particular nursing school will go over, as far as uniform and what types of shoes to wear, maybe even what color you need to have on, so that you are known as a nursing student in the facilities that you will be doing your clinicals at. Mainly in the hospitals, things are separated by color. So the nurses wear a particular color, CNAs wear a particular color. In some hospitals, it doesn't matter. They'll let you know the program overview, the curriculum, what to expect as far as the curriculum and clinicals, and the days where you will need to come in and be tested. They'll also probably let you in on school policies as well. This is also your opportunity to meet faculty and other students from other cohorts. In my orientation, it just so happened that they brought in students from the graduating cohort to talk to us on what to expect and their experience in the clinical program, so that was kind of helpful as well. This is also your opportunity, if you are pressed for cash, to find out if there's any cohorts or the people that are talking to you from another cohort, if they have anything that they are willing to sell. So as far as additional information additional things you will need to complete to get into the nursing program, there will be clinical documentation you'll need to complete, such as your immunizations, your shots, your background checks. They all have to come back clean. They all have to come back as checked off by certain deadlines. So make sure that you do that and stay on top of that. It's important to bring some form of material to write down some of these things. Most of it will be emailed to you, or a presentation will be emailed to you after you're done with the orientation, but bring a pen and a pad at the very least to take notes, and maybe even a tablet to take notes on. Just make sure that you're aware of what they are trying to get across to you in orientation, so that you can be better prepare yourself. But I highly recommend, don't go buying stuff before the orientation. That was my mistake. And like I mentioned before, as it turned out, when I went through the program, I ended up not needing a lot of the things that I bought. So just prepare to connect with other students. You're all going to be in the same boat for the next 2 years, and make those connections. Take notes during the orientation. Try to remain calm. Don't start to gather up a bunch of anxiety over something that hasn't happened yet. But this is just to prepare you for what's to come. Ask all the questions you want to ask, because this would be a good time and a great time to actually ask them, because you will be introduced to the majority of the staff, as it was in my program. Hopefully it will be the same for you. It was good to put a face with a name and kind of see what type of teacher they are and what to expect. But anyway, hopefully you found this video helpful. Good luck to you on your journey in nursing school, and congratulations. If you found this helpful, please leave a comment, subscribe. I have more content coming out that hopefully will be useful to you. Anyway, yeah, have a great day. Bye.